What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And I've been gone for a few days, guys. I was actually really sick and I'm back now. I'll be uploading on TikTok as well later on today. But today, guys, we're going to be going through John Cena's retirement tour. And let's talk about the real life retirement tour, because I'm going to do my own booking in this video. So in the real life story of WWE, they had John Cena enter the Rumble. He would be the last one eliminated from the Rumble, and then he would cheat to win the Elimination Chamber. He would turn heel at the Elimination Chamber, aligning with The Rock and Travis Scott, and then he would win the 17th world title at WrestleMania with the help of Travis Scott, which a lot of people didn't like that, myself included. He would have a feud with Randy Orton, CM Punk, R-Truth, and then he would turn face for no reason. And then at SummerSlam, he would lose the title back to Cody. And then after that, he would have one-off matches with Logan Paul, AJ Styles, and then he had a really bad match with Brock Lesnar, which a lot of people didn't like. And then he would feud Dominic Mysterio, win the IC title, lose the IC title back to Dominic, and then in his final match, he would tap out to Gunther. So a lot of the stuff isn't too bad. I did keep a lot of the stuff the same. However, I did change a few matches in there as well. And then I justified his heel turn a lot better. So basically, we do leave a lot of the stuff the same. I do move some stuff around, but we're keeping the major stuff the same. So I'm going to try to keep his opponents the same. I'm going to try to keep the big moments the same. So we'll have John Cena turn heel still. He'll win the IC title and he'll win his 17th world title at some point in the tour. But anyway, guys, this is how I would have booked John Cena's retirement tour, keeping stuff basically the same. I know when people do the fantasy bookings, they like to change things all around. I think that's just way too confusing, because some of the stuff that you change around affects a lot of the other storylines that WWE tells. I just want to book it so that it makes more sense, because the way WWE kind of booked it didn't really make a lot of sense, especially the heel turn. How they justified the heel turn, saying that he was getting booed and stuff, when in actual reality he wasn't getting booed for like 6 years. And then the face turn out of nowhere, I didn't really like that. And then there were like 2 matches that I totally just took out, because I was like, these matches shouldn't have existed in my opinion. But every other match I did try to keep the same, or I might have moved the order of the matches around just a little bit. But anyway, guys, let's get on into the fantasy booking. And by the way, this is the only WWE fantasy booking I will ever do. I'm not going to do any more fantasy booking, just because of the fact that these videos do take a long time to make. John Cena is my favorite wrestler of all time, and I feel like the way that they did it kind of didn't really give him a good proper send-off. The way I do it will kind of give me the piece that I need. Another thing, if you guys want to see more WWE content on this channel, I'll do prediction videos for pay-per-views this year if you guys would like. Other than that, that's all I'm going to offer for WWE on this channel. I'm not going to do reaction videos unless I'm at the event live in person, which the pay-per-views are costing a lot of money, so I might not be going to any this year, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, let's get on into the fantasy booking. So the first episode John Cena had on Raw was the Netflix premiere episode, Raw 1/6. So Cena talks about what his retirement tour is going to look like. He should do the promo exactly the same, in my opinion. He should talk about how it's going to take a miracle for him to get into a world title picture, because he hasn't won a match in a long time. He's been losing lots of single matches left and right. So how is he going to be able to get a title shot, especially at WrestleMania? Because a lot of fans wanted to see John Cena at WrestleMania in the title picture. And then John Cena has an idea. What if he wins the Royal Rumble? So he enters the Royal Rumble, and the fans go crazy. The second appearance, guys, he was at was the Royal Rumble on February 1st. And I have nothing changing, guys, just because in order for John Cena to turn heel, he does have to lose the Rumble. I thought about having him win the Rumble, but it doesn't really make sense for him to win the Rumble and then turn heel. If I was not turning him heel, I would have had him win the Rumble. But I'm going to keep the heel turn the same. And the reason is because there's so many dates between the Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania that John Cena appears on. So I really couldn't change the heel turn at all, guys. I really wish I could have. But there's like 5 or 6 dates between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. And there was no way to, like, fill the time with anything. So, yeah, I have John Cena losing the Rumble the exact same way. I have the winner staying the same as well with Jey Uso. And the reason I'm leaving Jey Uso as the winner is because it changes the way people can see tag team wrestlers. Jey Uso was with the company 15 plus years, and he was always a tag team guy, and he was able to show people that you don't always have to be seen as a tag team guy. And he was able to make himself a main eventer in the span of 5 years. It took 5 years, but it was a 5-year story that they were building up to. Main event Jey Uso, and he won the world title. So I would keep it all the same, honestly. Would I have Gunther tap out to his own finisher? No, I wouldn't. I would have had Jey Uso just pin him. That's how I would have had that match booked, but WWE had Gunther tap out to his own move. So, I mean, it kind of is what it is there. But yeah, I have Jey Uso eliminating John Cena the same way when he pushes him off the apron and John Cena lands on his feet. And everyone hated that ending, but we're going to leave it the same. The Elimination Chamber, guys, May 1st. March 1st. Nothing changes again, guys. I'm going to have the same exact people in the Elimination Chamber that was in it in real life. And I have John Cena winning the exact same way. By the way, in order for him to enter the Elimination Chamber, he goes at the Royal Rumble press conference and says that he's just going to enter because he's John Cena. And he's been with the company 20 plus years. And he thinks he's earned that spot. Now, this is kind of like hinting at a heel turn as well, because John Cena's always talking about how you have to earn your way and how you have to fight for the spots, but now he's just gonna say he deserves a spot, which is totally against John Cena's character. But this is what John Cena does to get into the Elimination Chamber. Maybe it's because he's retiring, or maybe it's because he's about to turn heel, and this gets the fans talking a little bit. So yeah, at the Elimination Chamber, guys, I have nothing changing. John Cena wins the exact same way. Seth Rollins cursed on CM Punk, and then John Cena grabs him and puts him in the STF to make him pass out. After the Elimination Chamber, I have everything staying the same. The Rock comes out, Cody comes out, and then you get that line where Cody says, "Hey, Rock, go F yourself," and then John Cena does that thing where he throws his arm in the air and starts celebrating, and then he does the low blow to Cody and hits him with the belt and stuff, and aligns himself with The Rock and Travis Scott. Let's see how many dates we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 dates. No, 5, I think. Yeah, we have 5 dates between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. So even if I wanted to do the heel turn at WrestleMania, which I think would have made more sense, 5 dates is a lot of stuff to what's it called? 5 dates is a lot of stuff to try to fill in with a face Cena. And then if you look at the dates between WrestleMania and Backlash, you only get 3. So it would be kind of tough to justify a heel turn and then start a feud with only 3 dates. So I guess we're going to have to leave it the same, guys, unfortunately. But Cena turns heel the same exact way he does in real life. Honestly, the heel turn itself actually wasn't that bad. it was how they justified it the next night that made it really bad. So let's talk about Raw 3/17. John Cena's going to explain his heel turn. And just like in real life, the only difference is he's not going to say he turned heel because he was getting booed, because that didn't even make sense. He's going to say kind of what he did say in real life. He's going to say, I'm not a face, I'm not a heel. And you guys have known me all this time. I've said it in interviews before. I've never been a face and I've never been a heel. I am what you guys want me to be. If you want to cheer me, I could be a face. If you want to boo me, I'll be your heel. Never have I ever lied and said I'm a face when I was getting booed, and never have I ever said I was a heel when I was getting cheered or booed. So I'm doing what the fans always want. The fans wanted to see me win the 17th world title. How can I win if I stay the same? And then he talks about how he lost. He lost to Roman. He lost to Solo Sikoa. He lost to Austin Theory. And he said it was time for him to be an unpredictable opponent. No one was expecting John Cena to low blow Cody Rhodes and hit him with the title. And he promises to the fans that he's going to end Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. And I have R-Truth coming out to try to talk some sense into John Cena, because R-Truth is the biggest John Cena fan backstage. And I think that if you want to start building a feud between John Cena and R-Truth, you need to kind of start it now. I'm going to have John Cena feuding with R-Truth after WrestleMania, because I actually did like that feud. But you do have to kind of start building it now. So R-Truth's going to try to save John Cena, but John Cena doesn't want to hear it. On Raw 3/24, I have a segment with Cody Rhodes. Cena talks trash, but Cody's going to interrupt. And then he says that Cena's acting like a clown and, just regular stuff. And then Cody can tell John Cena that John Cena just made this the easiest WrestleMania victory of his entire career, because the way John Cena's acting, there's no way Cody's going to lose to that kind of John Cena, because he's not going against the legend John Cena. He's going up against a washed up John Cena, which I think that's actually way better than some of the stuff that they were saying in real life to each other. And then on the 31st of March, I have John Cena and Cody Rhodes brawling outside the ring, and I have Cody Rhodes standing tall in the first brawl. And then the April 18th episode, I don't know if this is Raw or SmackDown, I didn't write it down. I'm going to say it's probably Raw. John Cena, Cody Rhodes, I have a contract signing, and then Cena's going to stand tall after low blowing and A-ing Cody through the table. Then after that, we have WrestleMania 41. John Cena and Cody Rhodes are going to fight. Cena and Cody are going to bring the fight to each other. Cena hits all his big moves, guys. The STF, AAs, Super AAs. But Cody's going to kick out of everything. And it looks like John Cena cannot do it. It looks like John Cena is actually going to lose at WrestleMania. There's no stopping Cody, guys. He is kicking out of everything. And then the referee's going to get knocked down. And that's when Travis Scott's going to come out. Now, don't get mad, guys. Don't get mad. Don't worry. I fixed this. Don't get mad because I say Travis Scott's coming out. He won't even get halfway down the ramp, because Randy Orton's going to come out to RKO Travis Scott through the announce table. I'm not having Travis Scott in the ring. I'm not having him help Cena. I'm just going to have Randy Orton RKO Travis Scott through the announce table, because I don't like Travis Scott and I want to see him get RKO'd through a table. And also, Randy Orton's going to take himself out by RKOing him through the table because of his former back injuries. So Orton can't get up either. And then Cena's going to hit Cody with the title. The referee's going to get back up. And then Cena's going to win the 17th world title that way. So basically, Cody's going to get distracted by Randy Orton taking himself out of the equation. And that's how Cena wins the title. I think it's way better than having Travis Scott beat up Cody Rhodes, and then Cody Rhodes ends up getting distracted by Travis Scott and stuff like that. I think it's just easier to have Travis Scott get RKO'd through a table, honestly. Plus, this is the last time you even see Travis Scott in WWE, so why not just write him off by having him get RKO'd through a table? So, Raw 4/21. Cena is going to cut the promo saying that he is the 17-time world champion now, and that he has solidified himself as the greatest of all time. Randy Orton's gonna come out of nowhere and hit him with an RKO, kind of like real life. SmackDown 4/25. Segment with Randy. Cena tells Randy Orton that their rivalry will finally end at Backlash, and John Cena's gonna say that he's always been better than Randy Orton. That's why he's a 17-time world champion, and Randy Orton's just a 14-time champion. And then he says Randy Orton will probably never win the world title in his career ever again, especially after he retires Randy Orton at Backlash. And then SmackDown May 9th, I have Orton tells Cena to have a kid, because I did like when he said that John Cena needed to have a kid. But Cena's going to respond with, I already have many kids. Look in the audience. They wear my shirts. And then he says, heck, I even got 20-year-olds who want to be just like me. Cena has raised generations, guys. He has been there for 20 plus years. There's people that grew up with hustle, loyalty, and respect, and these people look up to John Cena. So him saying that is not too far-fetched. And it also kind of makes sense that Cena would say this, because technically speaking, it's kind of true that he doesn't need to have an actual kid, because he raised so many other kids, like through the TV screens, because a lot of parents, they weren't always there for their kids. So these kids looked up to role models growing up. And, you know, the way we see nowadays with kids throwing the kids in front of screens, it's not too far-fetched. So May 10th, guys, is Backlash. We have Cena versus Orton, and Cena's gonna hit RKOs. Orton's gonna hit AAs. After a ref bump, guys, we're gonna have Cena hit Orton with the title, and then Cena is going to win the match by using a punt kick. I think that they should have actually capitalized on this, and they could even write Orton off TV until SummerSlam if they wanted to, with Cena using the punt kick and then saying that Randy Orton's actually injured. They might even be able to play it off as if Cena really did retire Randy Orton by using a banned move. And also, if you want the referee to see it, you can have the referee see it, or you can say he hits the punt kick and then the referee gets back up. But either way, Cena's going to win the match by using a punt kick. And I think this would have been way better than the actual ending of the real match, which was him just hitting him with the belt, and then that was it. Like, have him get hit with the belt and then get punt kicked, in my opinion. We're going to keep the press conference with R-Truth, and Cena's going to tell R-Truth that if he doesn't stay out of his way, he's going to take care of R-Truth. And then May 24th, we are going to have John Cena versus R-Truth at Saturday night's main event. And we're just going to have John Cena destroy R-Truth. Me personally, I would love to see R-Truth as a world champion in WWE, but I just don't see it happening. By the way, R-Truth should not have dethroned John Cena. I did think it was kind of cool that he was in a match with John Cena in the retirement tour, which is why I kept that the same as well. But also, I really do hope that R-Truth is able to get another singles run before he has to leave WWE. SmackDown May 30th, guys, we're going to have Cena cutting a promo saying he is the last real champion. And when he leaves, he's taking the belt with him. And then we're going to have CM Punk come out. I did move this match because this match was originally at Clash of Champions, or Night of Champions, whatever it's called. I have CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank. This is what all the fans wanted. Like, why did we do that tag team match? Nobody wanted that tag team match. I got rid of that match because that match didn't need to happen. Me personally, I didn't even like that tag team match. So we're going to insert CM Punk into this match. And by the way, that tag team match was not even for a belt. It had both world champions in it. We're going to have two world champions fighting at Money in the Bank, because why not? So CM Punk tells Cena that he's ruining his own retirement tour, acting like he's someone he's not, which is kind of true. John Cena doesn't normally act like this. Why is he doing this in his retirement tour? This is his last year in WWE, and he's acting like a 2011 CM Punk right now and stuff like that. SmackDown June 6th, we're gonna have another segment with CM Punk. We're gonna have CM Punk could just be fighting someone, I don't know, anybody, and then John Cena's gonna interrupt the match, throw him to a table, and he's gonna cut his own pipe bomb, because I thought that was one of the greatest John Cena promos in his heel run. When he did that, when he did his own version of the pipe bomb, that was the best promo John Cena cut when he was a heel. And I'm going to leave that the same. I want him to have that promo still. So, June 7th, guys, is Money in the Bank. John Cena versus CM Punk. Cena and Punk bring the fight to each other, and they have the best performance of their career together. The crowd is hyped by many near falls. It looks like CM Punk's gonna dethrone John Cena a lot in this match, and we do get the ref bump, but the Vision's gonna come out. Remember, Seth Rollins won Money in the Bank, and this is the main event. I'm gonna have this be the main event. We're about to have Seth Rollins cash in the same night he won the belt. Like, this is some crazy stuff. Cena and Punk are gonna team to take the Vision out, which this is one of the first times we actually see John Cena doing something that's actually right since his heel turn. We're gonna have John Cena do the AA to Bronson Reed, which is kind of impressive at John Cena's age. And then we're going to have CM Punk take out the rest of them. We're going to get a second ref bump, because I liked when Charles Robinson was running down to the ring and John Cena like shoulder tackled him. I thought that was a really cool ref bump, so we're going to keep that one the same. And then Cena's going to attempt to hit Punk with the belt, but he's going to stop when the fans start chanting no. I think that this is definitely like the wake-up call, like, hey, we're about to get a John Cena face turn. He's listening to the fans, which, remember, how he justified his heel turn was he always listens to the fans. He was turning heel because he knew the fans wanted to see him win a world title. He wasn't sure if he was able to win a world title as a good guy, so he had to turn evil to do that. We're going to have Cena beat Punk clean. He doesn't use any cheating tactics to beat CM Punk. After the match, they're going to hug it out, and then Punk tells Cena to come back. He tells Cena he doesn't need to be like that to win a match. He just won a match without cheating against CM Punk, one of the best in the world. So we're going to have Raw June 9th. Cena's going to come out and says the champ is here. This is the first time he says the champ is here. And then he says that CM Punk got him thinking, and he apologizes to the fans, the locker room, and everyone backstage. He announces a battle royal to determine his next challenger. I think that at Night of Champions, because we don't have CM Punk fighting John Cena now because we just had that match, we're gonna have a battle royal, because who else is gonna fight John Cena? And wait till you guys see who I have winning the battle royal. On SmackDown on June 13th, the battle royal is going to happen. We're also going to have John Cena on commentary. I have LA Knight winning the battle royal, and Cena's going to go in there and shake his hand. So John Cena is officially a face now. He's not going to be a heel anymore. I think it makes more sense to have him turn face after beating CM Punk clean and having CM Punk talk to him and say, hey, come back. Having the fans telling him not to cheat and him listening to the fans. I think it makes more sense than just randomly turning him face before SummerSlam against Cody Rhodes. Let's have a face versus face, Super Cena versus LA Knight. This match will be really good, and that's going to be at Night of Champions, which, in my opinion, this is way better than the tag team match and then doing CM Punk a month too late. Everyone wanted to see CM Punk at Money in the Bank. So, plus you get a chance to have LA Knight actually get possibly the match of his career against John Cena. Now, obviously, we know Cena ain't gonna lose to LA Knight, but still, you might be able to have LA Knight put on a really good performance, and it might elevate his career in WWE possibly. So we're gonna have June 20th SmackDown. We're gonna have Cena and Knight meet face to face. They just say random stuff. I don't really know what they would say. Just hype up the match, I guess. On SmackDown, June 27th, I have Cena and Knight, and then Rollins comes out to interrupt and talks about how he still has Money in the Bank, and he can cash in whenever. He can cash in on LA Knight if LA Knight is to win the title, Or he could look at Cena and say, I don't like how you're acting anymore. I might just take the title off you myself, because I liked how you were acting months ago, but I don't like how you're acting now. Because, you know, now John Cena's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. So, on June 28th, we have Cena versus LA Knight, Night of Champions. I have Cena winning, obviously. It just makes sense. WWE would not give LA Knight a win over John Cena. Let's try to keep it realistic, guys. 22, this is the 22nd date. July 18th, we have Cena and Cody promo. Cody does still win King of the Ring. So we're gonna have Cody versus Cena at SummerSlam. And finally, guys, Cody is excited because now he's facing the real John Cena. And Cena tells Cody the better man will win, and that the crowd will be the real winners. And then John Cena announces that it's going to be a street fight. Cena's like, you know what? This is my last SummerSlam. Let's go out with a bang. It's going to be a street fight. And I think that's a really good way to go out, especially with the way that actual match was. On August 1st, we have the contract signing with Cody. Everything can't stay the same. We're just going to have them sign, and then I guess nobody's going to go through a table, because it doesn't make sense to have anybody go through a table. On August 3rd, we have Super Cena versus Cody, and Cody's going to win, just like real life. I just have the fact that no one's going to be expecting John Cena to turn heel in this match. Kind of like the opposite of real life. Everyone thought John Cena was still going to be a bad guy, especially with the way that they booked the face turn. It just did not seem right. Everybody was just expecting John Cena to do something and cheat to win the match and turn heel again, but he didn't, which was super confusing. A lot of the fans didn't know he was actually a good guy until the end of the match, myself included. Like, I was waiting for John Cena to do something weird in the match as well. But I do have Cody winning, and no one's expecting John Cena to do anything evil, because we know for a fact that he is a good guy, because he's been a good guy for like a month and a half now. 25, SmackDown 8/8. Cena and Cody versus Drew and Logan. This is the only tag team match that I actually will keep the same. And the reason I'm keeping it the same is because Cena's going to feud with Logan Paul next. And we're going to have Cody feuding with Drew. So I do think that this makes sense. And the reason I got rid of the tag team match at Money in the Bank was because John Cena was teaming with Logan Paul. And then they were feuding with each other after he turned face, which that didn't really make sense to me either. He teamed with him, then he was going to feud with him. Like, you might as well have just chosen one and stuck with one. If you wanted to have him team with Logan Paul, then you shouldn't have had him feud with Logan Paul. And I kind of do like the match with Logan Paul, so I'm going to keep the match instead of them teaming together, just because that match was really good. Like, one of my favorite Logan Paul matches in WWE. On August 22nd, we're going to have a backstage segment where Logan Paul knocks out John Cena. By the way, Brock Lesnar does not attack John Cena at SummerSlam. I forgot to say that. I'm not having Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. I did not like that match. Nobody wanted Brock Lesnar versus Cena. I wanted Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. Like, honestly, like, they should have had Gunther retain the title and then Brock Lesnar go out to attack Gunther. That's just my opinion, though. But August 29th, segment with Logan Paul. Cena tells Paul he's going up against the greatest of all time. Kind of like real life. Clash in Paris, guys. August 31st, Cena versus Paul. Keep this match the same. This match was super good. I would not change anything about this match. 29, 9/5, we have Cena versus Sami Zayn in the US Open Challenge. Braun Breaker is going to interfere in this match. He's going to spear both men and destroy John Cena outside the ring. Obviously, when he destroys John Cena outside the ring, maybe he spears him through a barricade or something. Nothing too crazy. And then, you know, they can overhype it by saying, John Cena's hurt. John Cena can't wrestle. But yeah, if we really need to have John Cena lose a match at WrestlePalooza to show that John Cena is almost done wrestling or whatever the case may be. Maybe John Cena wanted to lose at WrestlePalooza. Why not have it be to someone that's actually going to benefit from it? Brock Lesnar doesn't benefit from beating John Cena, but Braun Breaker can definitely benefit from beating John Cena. And that's why I have John Cena facing Braun Breaker at WrestlePalooza, because it makes more sense. Braun Breaker's the future. If he beats Cena, that's a big win in Braun Breaker's career. It might actually be the biggest win in Braun Breaker's career on the main roster. And it might build him into the main event star that lots of people want him to be. So on September 15th, we're gonna show John Cena wrestling in his house, and he's gonna say that he will fight Braun Breaker at WrestlePalooza. So at WrestlePalooza on September 20th, we're gonna have Cena versus Braun Breaker, and I have Braun Breaker winning. And you know what? We can even do like real life. Like John Cena doesn't do a lot of offense in the match. He just takes spears and gets tossed around. Why not? Cena doesn't have to win all his matches, but I think the reason the fans actually got kind of upset was because it was Brock Lesnar. If it was Braun Breaker, I don't think a lot of fans would have been upset with that, because Cena does want to put over talent before leaving, and we are at the end of the retirement tour now. So why not have John Cena put over Braun Breaker? And like I said, maybe Braun Breaker and if this is after he took out Seth Rollins and then he beats John Cena, give him the world title. Don't give it to CM Punk. Give it to Braun Breaker, because if he takes out Seth Rollins and then he beats Cena, you might as well give him the world title. Like, don't even give it to Punk at all. Like, give it to Braun Breaker, because that's your guy now. Like, that's how you build him up to be the guy, in my opinion. We're going to have the same thing happen in real life. John Cena's going to tweet out that he wants to face AJ Styles one last time. So we're going to have Cena versus AJ Styles at Crown Jewel Parrot, guys. I think that's what it's called. Crown Jewel Parrot. We're going to have that one last time. Cena versus Styles, keep that match the same. That match was so good that you can't mess with that. That's why I left it at the same exact spot. Like, you gotta have it like that. And Cena could win. Like, I kind of like the fact that Cena won with the Tombstone Piledriver. Keep it the same. Like, that's actually the best match of Cena's retirement tour, in my opinion. And the rest of it, guys, we're gonna keep the same. Cena's gonna face Dominic Mysterio on November 10th for the Intercontinental title. Cena's gonna win the exact same way he did in real life. He wins the IC title as a face, proving that he can still win a title as a face. The tag team match, let's keep that the same. On the 17th of November, we're going to have Cena, Rey, and Sheamus versus the Judgment Day. Same winners, same thing. And then at Survivor Series on November 29th, Cena's going to face Dominic. He's going to lose with the interference of the Judgment Day. They're all going to come out, beat him up. He's going to put over the entire Judgment Day, and Dominic's going to win. And then for the last date, I do have the tournament staying the same, guys. Me personally, I would have liked to see The Miz versus John Cena, but honestly, it makes sense for Gunther to be his last opponent. I also have John Cena tapping out just like he did in real life. And it's not because I do think John Cena gave up. It's because John Cena didn't give up. That's the thing. Everyone says John Cena gave up. I personally do not see it as John Cena giving up. I see it as John Cena peacefully letting go of his WWE career. And I honestly think that if WWE was very smart, they would have Gunther's next big opponent, whether it be Cody Rhodes or whoever the WWE champion is, whether it's CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, or whoever beats CM Punk, maybe a Braun Breaker, they can tell Gunther straight to his face and say, hey, you didn't make John Cena tap. John Cena started smiling when he gave up. He tapped out while smiling. No one does that. That was John Cena letting go of his career and saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to give you this win so that you could feel better about yourself. And then Gunther really has to try to beat the champion to prove himself once again. But anyway, guys, that is how I would have booked John Cena's retirement tour. I did keep a lot of the stuff the same, like I said, but I try to book it so that it actually made sense. Like his heel turn was justified. The matches made sense, and then his face turn didn't just happen out of nowhere. It was storytelling, and we put it together. And I even gave us 2 extra matches with 2 people that are still going to be with the company, as opposed to a Brock Lesnar who is rumored to retire at SummerSlam this year. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this fantasy booking. This is the only fantasy booking I will ever be making on this channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video.